Have you ever known exactly why you feel the way you do, and yet no matter how much insight you gain, the emotional pattern doesn't change? You've read the books, you've done the reflection, you even understand where it all came from, but it's still there? That is the moment we realize insight alone isn't always enough. Sometimes what we need is a way to go deeper, to access the emotional imprints still shaping our adult lives today, and to meet the inner child, not with analysis, but with present. Today we'll explore how transactional analysis helped us see the script we have been living, and how analytical hypnotherapy can gently rewrite it. I am Berne and welcome back for better mental health and emotional well-being. In part 1 of the series, we explored the idea that the inner child, the emotional memory of our earliest experiences, are still active in our adult life. If you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend starting there. Today, in part 2, we're going further. We're going to understand the psychological patterns that keep us stuck. And I'll show you how through a structured therapeutic model, we can begin to change them for good. Let me start with a model that shaped how I view human behavior for decades. It's called Transactional Analysis, or TA, created by Dr. Berne. At the heart of TA is this idea. We have 3 main ego states that influence the way we think, feel, and behave: the parent, the adult, and the child. The parent ego state is made up of rules, beliefs, and messages we absorb from authority figures when growing up. Some of those voices are nurturing and others critical. The child ego state holds our earliest feelings, reactions, and coping strategies. It includes both the free child, playful, spontaneous, expressive, and the adaptive child, who learn to comply or rebel. Then there's the adult, the part of us that operates in the present, makes logical decisions, and navigates the here and the now. Ideally, these parts work together, but when we are emotionally triggered, it's often because the child part of us is responding to an old emotional script. A look, a tone of voice, a feeling of rejection. It doesn't take much to awaken the old script that says, I'm not enough, or have to be perfect to be loved. These scripts, often written before the age of 7, become the emotional blueprint we live by. We don't even know we're playing out the role, and these scripts come with games. Berne describes psychological games as patterns of interaction that look normal on the surface, but underneath, they follow a predictable script with a negative emotional payoff. Ever found yourself saying, why do I all attract people who leave? Why do I never feel good enough, no matter how hard I try? These are often signs of a life script reinforced by unconscious games. We provoke familiar outcomes not because we want to suffer, but because they confirm what we already believe about ourselves. TA helps us name those games, understand them, and begin the work of change. But it does something else too. It shows us what's missing: emotional resolution. Insight is powerful, but it's not always transformational on its own. That's where analytical hypnotherapy comes in. And the model I use, developed by Dr. Barrett, takes this work even deeper. It allowed us to access the unconscious directly, to go beyond talking about the inner child and actually meet them. This model can even be content-free, meaning the client does not have to consciously share their story for deep work to happen. The first thing you'll see in the demonstration is me re-inducing trance using a previously installed post-hypnotic trigger, something already agreed with the client, followed by the setup of idiomotor finger signals. Through regression, idiomotor cues, and structured emotional release, we reconnect with the root experience. Feel what was never felt safely, and resolve the internal conflict between who we were told to be and who we truly are. As you'll see in the following demonstration. Are you ready to go into hypnosis now?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to close your eyes and go into trance now. That's right. And just let a nice easy wave of relaxation go from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Now, as you continue to go deeper and deeper into this wonderful, delightful hypnosis, I'm going to reach over and lift this arm now. Just let me take all the way. That's it. So that when I drop it, it'll just drop heavily back onto your lap and cause you to become 10 times more relaxed than that. Now you're 10 times more in hypnosis than you were a moment ago. I'm going to reach over and lift this arm again. Just let me take all the weight, and this time I'll cause you to go 20 times deeper than you were before. That's right, now you're 20 times even deeper in hypnosis than you were a moment ago. And you're going to turn your hand over from this moment forward. This finger here is going to be your yes finger. This little finger here will be your no finger. You're going to be able to communicate with me via this finger for yes and this finger for no. If that's agreeable with you, just let the yes finger lift. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to talk to people back at home, and as I do so, my voice will just go with you and just tell you this and do that. Right? In the next section, I'll walk you through some of the steps of the 6-step model I use in my practice, and that I teach in my professional training course. For more information about that, you can find the link down below. We begin analytical hypnotherapy establishing communication with the unconscious mind through idiomotor finger signals. This allows the client to answer subconsciously and safely. We ask, is it alright with your unconscious mind that we explore this issue today? Once we gain permission, we guide the client back to the original emotional wound. The first question I want to ask and be sure about is does your subconscious really want me to help you overcome this issue? Okay. Is your subconscious willing to cooperate with me, communicate with me in order to help you overcome the problem that you had? If yes, the yes finger lift. If not, then no. Is your subconscious willing to communicate with me now in order for me to help you overcome that problem? Okay. Would it be okay then for your subconscious to look at memories that might be out of your conscious awareness that are in any way related to that present day issue you had? In that case then, I would like you at the subconscious level now to orientate yourself back to the very first experience, the very first event that is in any way responsible for your present day problems that brought you here to see me today. And when your subconscious is back there at that very first event, that very first experience that's in any way responsible for the problem that brought you here today, at the yes finger lift. Okay. The client fully experienced emotions they were once too young or too overwhelmed to feel. Fear, hurt, anger, and guilt. There's no judgment, only space. This is emotional truth-telling. Now we hope resolve the internal conflict. The adult self speaks to the inner child with all its years of wisdom, understanding, and reassuring them and holding them, offering them what was missing. This is a moment of reparenting, of emotional realignment. Once the emotion is felt and seen, we ask, do you still need to carry this feeling in your body? Or is it safe to let it go now? Often the subconscious answers through ideomotor signals or tears, and this is where the healing has started and a new script has been written. Do you still feel you need to hold on to those out-of-date, uncomfortable, unnecessary feelings that have been carrying around with you now for far too long? If yes, the yes thing will lift. If no, the no thing will lift. Okay, having let go of those, having agreed that you don't need to hold on to those uncomfortable, out-of-date feelings anymore, I'd like to now talk back to adult 49-year-old. This is the letting go, through breath, through metaphor, through choice. Finally, we strengthen the child ego state. We reinforce healthy beliefs and behaviours. We rehearse a new way of being. Healing the inner child isn't just about knowing what happened. It's about transforming how that story lives in your body. If you feel called to explore this deeper work, you can find out more through the links below. On that note, thank you for taking part and watching part 2 of this video. If this message spoke to you, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like to support this work, you can buy me a coffee using the link down below. Every bit of support helps me continue sharing, teaching, and reaching those who really need healing. Until the next time, remember to always be kind to yourself and to others. I'm Berne, wishing you all better mental health and emotional well-being. I'll see you in the next video.